Alright, I'm just severing save. So at the end of the last video, every time you teleport to this point, it will just drop you through it. If you teleport to right here, the Qingyun Peak, if you teleport to the Geo statue from a distance, like from if you're like in Inazuma or somewhere, even though I was originally, right, I was right here. I teleported from here, from the Clearpool Mountain Cavern, to here, and it dropped me through it. It's fucking weird. It always drops Scar through it, and I always have to be ready to catch him. What is with the cat sounds, bro? I mean, I know that's what she is, but... Alright, so we're gonna go start Kaveh's Hangout quest now. But before we do that, I need to go here for a moment to turn these things into something. Oh. So right now we have 3 story quests active. I still have Baiju, Dia, and now they just added Yoimiya's. So we're going to be trying to cover them as we go, because I need to get them done. I had accidentally started Dia's quest a long time ago, but did not finish it. I only barely started the beginning, where she asks you to go with her somewhere. Otherwise, I didn't actually do more than that, so... I don't know what sword she's supposed to have, but this is the only other high-leveled sword that I have that I'm not using, which is why I gave it to her. You're supposed to give that sword to Albedo, but I gave him the spindle, which is, I think, suits him better, but, you know, whatever. Alright, let's see. Looking for the blue ones. Where are you, Fatal Blue? Won't you show yourself to me? There you are. Won't you reveal the truth? Oh. Anyway. I can get 100 Primo Gems quickly if I completed my 4 commissions, plus did these. If I did these. And then if we do Kaveh's. I would have gave her the Dendra wings, but even if I had them, I don't feel like it would fit her outfit too well, so I just gave her the Inazuman wings, because that's where she's from. That fucking shadow be frozen. The bird is supposed to be moving. Like, the bird is moving in real time, but the shadow on the ground is frozen. It happens sometimes, I don't know why. Yeah, I guess it ain't a big deal, but you know. I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm a cat. I'm a cat. A cat. Ow.
Take it!
Come on.
wind rises. Swift and merciful. Spirit blade. Squall fury. That's far enough.
I feel like he almost said dinner's well done, bro. What kind of a freak are you?
The wind rises.
Wait, we're not done. Hey, it's one of your ex-lords. Do you give a shit?
Quit following me. Behold! You dare to gaze upon me? One with my blade.
Take it!
The wind rises. You're dead.
I never understood creatures like this in video games. It's like they all look mostly human. Sometimes they don't even have ears. She has clearly human ears. But she has a twin tails and her feet are not human. They're clearly a cat. Another character that's like this is Daji in Warriors Ruchi series. But her ears are actually shaped like points. But rest of her is all human. She doesn't have actually any tails and her feet are fox. Don't understand it. Like, how does that make sense? Were they half-breed? Are they cross-breeded? Like, because how else would they look like this? Except for the fact that foxes can take on human forms, maybe. But why would she choose to keep her feet like that and not human? See what I mean? Or maybe she can turn her whole appearance except for her feet. Well.
A touch of frost. Squall fury. Wretched vermin. Forth my blade.
What the shit?
One with my blade. The wind rises.
Almost.
Behold! Quit following me. Squall of Fury. Submit for judgment. Swift and nimble.
Take it!
A touch of frost. Fly out. The wind rises. Upon the gate. Behold!
Nope.
Huh?
Following one in play.
Take it!
Squall of Fury.
It's supposed to be an Arnold Schwarzenegger reference? What the fuck? I'll be back. Yeah, we're turning in the Terminator.
Wretched vermin. Some target practice. Seriously. Attack!
Lightning slap!
The wind rises.
Oh my god.
But we'll meet again.
Lady, you be walking on the air. What the fuck? I mean, she's 2 levels off. I don't have any more for anymore. This is easy. Ascending her is fucking easy. I'm just missing some things. Well, let's start on Kaveh's thing. Yeah. Yes. Pendulum of Weal And Woe. Yeah, setting her is pretty easy. I'm only missing a few items. See, where would be my stopping point? Where would I get stuck? probably right here.
This thing is pure freedom in this world. Even the wind cannot blow on forever.
Even you can't blow forever. Alright, let's go find where he is. Where is he? I hope he doesn't cross into my bounty area, because that's going to be so stupid. Wonder if I should have went and did my bounty before we came here. Because I don't know where his hangouts take place. I don't know if it involves going past there. Okay. Yeah, I could see him. So let's do a synopsis. You run into Kaveh on the streets of Samara City. He seems to be embroiled in an argument with a client. Alright.
I've taken a look at your proposal. It's much better than the ones you showed me before, but I'd still like to make some changes.
Like the fact that my lantern has the ability to turn itself off and on behind me.
Come on, not again. Isn't this the 6th proposal I've shown you? What's your issue this time?
My issue is you look like you could secretly be a bird.
It's a bit hard to put into words, but the design still doesn't look quite right to me.
I have to say, that's a terribly vague and unconvincing explanation. Please enlighten me. What would feel more right to you?
The fact that 2 of your hearts are missing is fucking weird.
For starters, don't you think this roof is jutting out a bit too far from the top? It looks almost like the head of a fungus. This door, too. I don't think it needs to be nearly this large. If you could reduce it to around my height, you could use the leftover materials to construct a few more rooms.
The roof and the door are the most fundamental parts of a building. If we were to change them, then what would be left of the design? Even if the soul of the building won't be lost, all traces of architectural style would be gone. Anyone with the slightest inkling of architectural knowledge would know to leave them alone!
What a freak.
Oh, I understand the principles of what you are saying, of course, but the truth remains that I'm still a bit unhappy with the design as is. Is there anything else that you can do? Oh, actually, I just got an idea. Can we get rid of all the extraneous sections on the roof, so the whole design will just be one vertical structure, similar to that of a tree trunk?
What?
Don't architects often say that symmetry makes everything more balanced and pleasing to the eye? This way, the proportions will be completely balanced.
I really don't know how you managed to come up with such a ridiculous idea. Wait, don't tell me. Someone hired you specifically to commission me and put me through the ringer? Come to think of it, though, I really don't think I've gotten on anyone's bad side recently.
Except for Al-Haytham.
Anyway, that's it. I will not be working on this commission anymore. Goodbye. Maybe you can find yourself some other genius who'll be able to satisfy your demands.
Hey, young man, please wait!
They're completely gone now. Kaveh looks like he's in a bad mood. I should go check on him. I do like Kaveh, but I didn't get him, so that sucks. He looks like in a bad mood. Let me just be a damn stalker and go interrupt him when he's trying to enjoy himself. Well, he's not enjoying himself. I do like Kaveh, but his fighting style felt a little too fucking slow for my liking. He's a Claymore character that uses a briefcase to swing his sword around, and I don't really like that. It's the same problem I have with Dory. If the character isn't actually swinging the weapon themselves and they're using some other thing to help them swing it, I'm just like, no. Hell no. feel like I'm being serenaded. The way he stares at me. I don't like
Taking
it.
this commission was truly the worst decision ever.
Are you alright?
Oh, hey. I wasn't expecting to run into you here.
Do you mind if I sit with you?
Actually, while we're on that, what are you doing here at the tavern? Don't listen to anyone who says that drinking is an elegant pastime. It's no good for your health.
I saw you arguing with someone just now. I followed you here. That sounds stalker. I followed you because I want you. I mean, I saw you arguing with someone.
So you saw that, did you?
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was in the clear. I made sure to double check that nobody I knew was around.
No one you knew. Quotations on you, dear friend.
Anyway, thanks for looking out for me.
Sure.
Honestly, it wasn't that big of a deal. I'm used to it by now.
Oh?
Stress is just an inescapable part of being a working adult.
True.
Boss, I'll have a glass of wine. Same as last time. Do you want something too? I'll put it on my tab.
I'll have a glass of juice.
Wine and a glass of juice coming right up.
Kaveh chugs down his entire glass of wine in total
I know
silence.
you're already keeping a secret from me.
Huh?
But if you could add this one to the list as well, I'd
What the
really
hell?
appreciate it. Arguing with a client is not a good look for me. If word gets out, other potential clients might be afraid
The
to
way
work
you
with me.
said that. What was that about? Oh my god. Okay.
That guy, though. What was he even going on about? All those ridiculous demands of his? He's just a blabbering fool trying to act like a know-it-all.
Well, Kaveh, if somebody is paying you to build their house, you have to build it the way they want it. They're paying you for that reason. If they want to put a fucking toilet upside down on the ceiling, then you have to do it, man. They're paying you to do it. Oh my god. Kaveh seems a lot more honest after he's had some wine.
Another glass, please, boss. I'm not leaving today till someone has to carry me out.
Wait, you mean me? I mean, how much do you weigh anyway?
You got it, sir. I gotta say, though, it almost feels like you're saying that every other day now.
It really is every other day that you'd run into a client who knows nothing about construction requirements or architectural style. If this was in the past, I'd never have gone through 6 whole drafts trying to accommodate the client's preferences. But perhaps getting used to this just means that I've grown numb to it. I've worked on so many projects since graduation, and none of them have been approved at the first pass. I would spend a lot of time altering my designs, and by the time the clients were finally satisfied, all my passion and enthusiasm would be gone. It feels like I'm straying further and further from my artistic vision with every change I have to make. I suppose, though, that just sticking to your guns and completely disregarding other people's feedback would also not be a good thing. All of this makes for a real paradox, one that particularly crops up in my work, too. In the end, what is the true meaning of art? Should I see it as a divine gift of inspiration from the gods? Or an expression of the light of my own wisdom?
Here's your drink. How are you already spouting nonsense after just one glass? Your tolerance is usually much better than that.
Boss, what do you think is the meaning of art?
The meaning of art? Really, my friend, who in Sumeru understands art better than you? Anyway, I don't know about art, but I do know that I'm interested in business, and some patrons are waiting to be served. So, you'll have to excuse me for now. Just holler if you need anything.
What do you think, traveler?
Did you stutter on my name? Art is something that resonates with the masses. Something that embodies the creator's efforts and dedication. I honestly have no idea. Well, what do I think art is? Well, it's almost like that saying, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I feel like art is something that resonates with you as the artist.
Exactly. So our thoughts on the meaning of art are rather similar.
Well, I am an artist myself, you know.
In Sumeru, and especially Sumeru of the past, The arts are not a popular discussion topic. Trying to talk about the arts is basically the key to killing any conversation. It's too bad that I'm not in my best form today. Otherwise, we could have talked about this for a little longer.
Kaveh still looks dejected, and even with the wine didn't help his mood. How can I help cheer him up? Maybe I should play it safe and just make a simple suggestion. I'll help you convince the client to come to your side. See, this is the ending. This is what branches. Let's do something else and clear your mind.
Sounds great to me. I don't even want to think about this project anymore. But what should we do? It's probably not a good idea to just drink until I pass out here.
My mind, I need to calm down. How about looking at you? No, that seems rude. Why did you decide to become an architect?
Huh? Where did that come from?
Just answer my question.
I mean, it's not like it's some kind of secret. You probably already know some bits and pieces of my past.
I don't.
My mother is also an architect. I've always adored her drawings, and when I was young, I used to sit next to her and watch her bring all kinds of buildings to life on paper. You could say my interest in architecture just naturally grew with time.
Would she be able to understand how you're feeling right now?
Perhaps. In fact, I have also seen my mother argue with her clients, but she would always quickly find the motivation to return to her work. Unfortunately, I've barely had any contact with her since she remarried and moved abroad. Even if I wanted to ask her about her ability to stay positive after an argument, it would seem rude to barge into her life again over something as trivial as that. I did remember something else, though. When my mother left, she only carried some small personal luggage with her. She left most of the belongings in the house to me. At the time, she even told me that it would be great if I could learn a few lessons from her life experiences, so my life and career could go a little more smoothly. I hadn't quite come to grips with my emotions, and didn't really have it in me to go through any sentimental items. So I just packed anything with memories away in a box and haven't reopened it since. It's been a really long time. Now that so many years have passed, maybe I have finally developed the maturity I need to face those memories without losing my mind. Yeah, I should dig it out and take a look.
Do you think I can come with you?
Sorry, I've had too much to drink and wasn't thinking clearly. You're right. I should do these kinds of things with the support of a friend.
You consider me your friend? But,
speaking of that, I can call you a friend now, right? Either way, thanks for reminding me that I can invite you to come along.
Sure.
Had I just gone back by myself, it would have looked like I'm deliberately trying to keep things from you.
Oh? Well, I didn't,
Thinking too hard about the words is giving me a headache, so I'll just give it to you straight. Thanks to your advice, I have decided to put my current projects on pause for now, and spend some time trying to rekindle the passion for my craft. If you want to stick around and see how this will turn out, you'll be sure to encounter some bits and pieces of my past. Do you think you'd find that too boring?
I don't think so.
All right, then let's head back together. I mean, you already know where I live.
Yes, thanks to Al Haytham.
Who knew that the day would come when I too would have some friends over? Let me see. I should have tidied up the place before I left the house this morning. Al Haytham shouldn't be home now either. He's usually in the records room at this time of the day. Anyway, there's no more time for drinks. I'll go take care of the bill.
Oh my god. It seems kind of suspicious. Al Haytham isn't home right now. So we can, no. Ha! My god! Why does my mind naturally think that every fucking time? Probably because I've dealt with men in my real life who were friends who would do that to me, so that's probably why I have an issue with men where I don't really feel comfortable around them, and I get this, I suffer with social anxiety really badly, so I'm always on guard, And anytime they like, you want to come hang out with me somewhere, I have like this, feels like a fucking pen drops in my mind where I'm like, huh? What do you mean hang out with you? Like just hang out, or hang out? Get it? All right. She has little bell sounds when she runs. It's cute. Dee dee dee. Dee. Eh. How do I get up there? Why do I have to walk so slow? Damn it, what the feel like I'm losing my damn mind right now. Go. Woo. My sound effects are breaking because my game's lagging. That's why sometimes when I play this game, I have to like stop in place and just kind of stand there to let everything load around me. Because if I don't, the sound will break and things will break. Not only that, I'm suffering with my allergies really bad because the fires in Canada it's putting horrible smoke in the air. So I can't breathe.
Alhaitham isn't in, so feel free to sit wherever. I'll bring out the box.
Kaveh brings out a box and dusts it off. What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. I just didn't realize how much time had passed. The box is pretty dusty, which means it's already been a while since I've moved into this place. And many years since my mother moved to Fontaine.
Ah, she went to the land of the Hydroarchon. Getting pretty wet over there. Because it's water. I'm not trying to make a inappropriate joke. I'm just saying they must be surrounded by water. I think it's like a water city. I wonder if it's like a city in Final Fantasy 15 where Noctis goes to the city to marry Luna Freya. I wonder if it's something like that. I wonder if that's what Fontaine looks like. That's why I said that. Like, I picture a city that's surrounded by nothing but water, and you have to get around by boat. Like, that's what I meant by pretty wet. I wasn't trying to make another joke. I was just, I wonder if Fontaine looks like that, but it probably doesn't. I think it would be cool, though, to have a whole region that's, like, on the water and there's no land anywhere. But how would you do that? That would probably really strain the fucking engine to run that.
I'm happy for her. I hope she'll be able to find happiness there. She raised me all by herself after my father passed away. It definitely wasn't easy for her. Anyway, enough about that. Let's see what I packed into this box. What are all these things?
Is that a drawing?
Oh, I remember now. This is a drawing I made in Port Ormos. Obviously, I wouldn't call it anything special now, but I was less than 5 years old when I made this drawing. That's more than 20 years ago. You could say it's pretty good for a child of that age.
So if you made it when you were 5 and it was 20 years ago, so you're 25 years old? I'm 5 years older than you. I'm 30. That's hilarious, but we're playing as Lumine's perspective, so we're technically 16.
Now that I've said that out loud, I suppose I do have some level of artistic talent, right?
Why do you say that? You don't sound as confident as you used to be. Why do you say that?
Criticism and self-doubt have always been a part of the artistic process. Without criticism, there can be no improvement. It's normal for me to question my abilities from time to time. I admit that I may have spent a little too long questioning myself this time around. But as you know, the heart tends to dwell on whatever it pleases.
Yes.
Anyway, never mind. The more I talk about it, the less confident I feel. Let's see what else we have in the box. Ah, my building blocks! It's been years since I've last seen these. When I was a kid, I used to stack them super high, and could even stabilize the tower to keep it from tumbling over. Oh, and this blueprint. I made it by copying my mother's sketch, and the aspect ratio was horrendous. It's still technically the first blueprint I made myself, though. I was super proud of myself when I finished it, and put it in the same pile as my mother's sketches, hoping she'd notice and compliment me for my good work. Unfortunately, my mother didn't realize that I had put it there. When she had a meeting with a client the next day, she handed my blueprint to him by mistake. The client was completely confused by this new blueprint, but apparently he felt too tongue-tied to question such a famous architect. It was only a few days later that he finally gathered up the courage to pay my mother a visit. He asked, "The door in this blueprint is even taller than the roof. Is this supposed to be part of the design?"
And what happened after that?
My mother took me with her to personally apologize to the client several times. She didn't scold me about it in private, though. Instead, she went over all the steps required to draw a good blueprint, and was very patient throughout the whole process. I still remember it like it was yesterday. Let's see, is there anything else left in this box? Huh. What was this again?
A notebook with a lock?
Ah, this is my mother's notebook. She used to
Diary.
write and sketch in it all the time.
They do this from time to time. Every time they put out a new patch, some things in the game will not match the text, but it's whatever.
When I was a child, I used to be super fascinated by this notebook, and always pestered my mother to let me read it. After asking her a few times, she told me that I could read it as long as I could guess the password. Huh. Wonder why she didn't take this notebook with her.
Diary.
Did she leave it to me on purpose?
I like how Sino's voice actor sent me a thing. This is the worst showcase. Sayu reacts to PlayStation Showcase. Yeah. He's super angry about it. Anyway, you could open it and take a look, but watch him say, "I don't know the password."
If only I could. I never managed to guess the password.
Even after all those years?
Hey, it's not a matter of time, it's a matter of inspiration. That's what we need to guess the password. Who knows? Maybe this time something will click in my head, and the answer will just present itself. Let me think. What could it be?
Your name or your birth date? His name is 5 letters. The password looks like 5 letters. But your birth date could, well, your birth date could be 5 letters. Or no, it couldn't. No, it couldn't. Because if you use my birthday, which is like 4/5/93, like, it depends on if you just say 4 or if you say 04. That's still 5 letters. Your birthday?
I could tell what you were thinking. Don't worry, I tried all the easy guesses a long time ago. I've tried my name, my father's name, my mother's name, my grandparents' names on both sides, and all of our birthdays. I've tried every name and number remotely related to my family. I've even tried stuff like "Love you, Kaveh," "Take care," and "Yours truly." I've tried every cheesy phrase and well-wish in the book, but this lock has refused to budge. I wouldn't try that route again. I have a hunch that it won't be that simple. Also, if she really did use something like that, she'd never hear the end of it from the folks over at Haravatat if they ever found out.
We can try asking some of our old acquaintances, but maybe you should just put it aside for now.
So we could find someone who was close to my mother and see if they might know anything?
That lighting.
I see
what the
what
hell?
you're saying, but who should we talk to for that?
Think about this. Does this kind of feel weird? I'm one of those people that like to really get into role-playing games, and I really do feel like I'm in his house with him alone, and it's getting dark in here, and it's starting to feel weird all of a sudden. I'm getting like this anxious feeling, and I can feel it. I have horrible social anxiety, so I'm like pulling on my fingers, and I can feel it in my stomach, where I'm like,
My mother was never really the one to be social. My father was the one with more friends, but all those connections were severed when he died.
Right.
Let me think. Is there still someone at the academia who would know my mother? Ah, actually, there is someone. Professor Zaha Hadi.
Who is that?
Huh, you've never really heard of her?
No.
She's a famous Kashawar scholar and leading expert in formal garden design. My mother studied under her as a student many years ago. Professor Zaha Hadi published many works during her career, so I was able to learn a lot by studying her essays. If there's anyone who still remembers my mom, it'd be her. She's older now and is no longer teaching at the academia. But if I remember correctly, she spends most of her time around the Bimarstan area. Let's go take a look. We might run into her if we're lucky.
He seems optimistic. I start dealing with my crippling anxiety, and then I realize I'm a cat girl. I don't give shit about nothing. I'm gonna sleep on your fucking couch. I'm gonna curl up right here and just sleep right in the middle of it. There needs to be a curl option. There's a sit option in the game already, but then again, why would you have an option in this game like that? What the fuck? I just wanted to curl in the corner and hide myself in the shadows of doubt. I wanted to be forgotten. But he noticed me anyway. Like a piece of dust on a fucking vase in a window in the middle of the sun. Oh. He noticed me like a fingerprint upon his glasses, unavoidable, always in his eyes. Anyway. See what I did there? Mia, because she's a cat? Anyway. Oh no. Why? What the fuck? Hello. Oh, I almost hit that lady. She cowered over. Tanari.
What am I supposed to do now? Forget it. I'll just head back.
Tainari, what are you doing here?
Oh, it's you. Good to finally see you again.
Yeah.
I came into the city to buy some experiment reagents, hoping to bring them back with me to Gandharvaville.
So they changed his voice actor because his old voice actor turned out to be like a horrible person. I don't want to say anything on that because I know how people are when you talk about that type of stuff, but basically he was harassing people, his fans. He was sending inappropriate sexual messages to underage girls and other fans, like on his personal server and other like text messages or something. And it's really fucked up. But basically, it got leaked out. The girls told one of his moderators, and then he tried nuking his entire server, but they actually showed screenshotted proof that he had said it. And it got released, and I guess Hoyoverse found out about it, and they're like, oh hell no. I'm glad they made the right decision. Getting rid of that guy was correct. I can't believe he did that though, what an asshole. But this is someone new. I don't know who this guy is, but I think his voice fits the character. So I'm hoping he can change Tanari for me, because ever since I found that out, I had avoided this character. I didn't even get him on his banner during that time. I skipped it because I was so disgusted by that. I wanted to like Tainari because of his hair. His hairstyle reminds me of one of my favorite characters from the Sengoku Basara series. Katsue Shibata has hair like that. And that's why I liked him. That was the only reason. So I'm hoping I can try to like this character again, but we'll see.
But as soon as I got here, I noticed someone banging on Cyrus's door. You've all heard of Cyrus, right? He's an ex-sage and Sino's adoptive father.
It's the first time I'm hearing about that.
I was thinking about going over to ask what's happening. That granny over there may appear old and frail, but her vocal cords certainly sound loud and healthy as ever.
Granny?
Is it that lady?
Yeah, she's just over there. You can go check out the situation yourselves in a moment. Kaveh, were you at the tavern?
I had a quick drink or two. Can you still smell the alcohol?
Drinking in broad daylight. Really? You want to pass out by the road and get run over by a sumpter beast like some mindless fungus, huh? And you, traveler?
Huh?
You didn't try to stop him?
Well, no.
You look like a wreck, Kaveh. What happened? Are you feeling down again? You know what? I'm hosting a meal at Pardis tomorrow evening. Do you want to come?
Huh? Oh, I had no idea. Let me think for a moment. I'll come if I can find some time.
All right. Then I'll plan on reserving 2 seats for you.
I'm coming too?
I'll be heading back to Gandharvaville for now. I have a feeling that argument over there is going to continue for quite some time. It might be best if we don't get involved.
A granny who lives nearby. Let's go take a look.
What to be the lady we're looking for? Fucking bird's losing its shit. It's like, don't go over there! Don't go over there! Don't go! Don't go over there! Don't fucking go! No! Yeah, I think it's the lady we're looking for. Ah! Sorry? I don't know why I did that. I'm a cat. Cats like birds. Give me.
Ha! So, plan on keeping yourself locked in there, huh? Fine by me. If you're not going to come out, then I'm not going to leave. My tomato was growing so well, it had all the potential to become the best tomato this year, and you cut it straight from the vine.
I already told you I had nothing to do with it. Why would I take a tomato that's still weeks from ripening? You'd have to be awfully green as an investigator to think it was me. You see, the word green here can refer to both the color of the tomato and the fact that your skills could use some.
Enough nonsense! Just come out and face me, you coward!
You're out of your mind. If I've actually done something wrong, then get a mantra and pull me out by force, why don't ya?
Get Sina.
Oh, why you?
Don't tell me this is.
Professor Zahahadi?
And who are you? Oh, Kaveh. Fancy seeing you here. How long has it been? Come on, get over here and let the professor take a good look at you. Not bad, not bad. You've grown taller again.
Professor, what's going on here?
You know, when you stare at Kaveh, he's like a mixture of two characters, right? I want to say Toma, but who's the other character? People kept saying Toma and Ether, but no, it's somebody else. Toma and who? Fuck.
It's no big deal, really. A few of us old scholars got bored in our retirement and decided to put together a vegetable growing competition. At the end, whoever loses will have to go up on stage and do a performance for the winners. Which brings us to our current predicament. My tomato was sure to win until a certain someone decided they couldn't bear to lose.
Hey, don't try to defame me in front of the kids. If we're airing out each other's dirty laundry now, then why don't we talk about you sneaking into Janat's garden the other night?
Lucky for you, seeing these youngsters come to pay their respects today has put me in a better mood. I'll let you off the hook. For now. Come on, let's go. We'll take our conversation elsewhere. He doesn't need to be a part of it.
Yes, of course.
What the fuck is going on? The Dendro Archon is not. Okay, I have her, but I don't want to pull her out for that.
Is Farnak still doing well?
Yes, as far as I know. She left for Fontaine some time ago and started a new life for herself. She's still doing work related to architecture, though.
Ah, yes. I did hear about that. Did that upset you at all?
No, not at all. She's already sacrificed a lot raising me as a single mother.
That's good to hear. Your mother did struggle quite a bit those few years. It's probably a good thing that she found a new place to call home. Sometimes I wonder if things were harder for her because she was so beautiful. People were always drawn to her beauty first, only to realize she had a sensitive and vulnerable heart underneath.
Man, it fucking sounds like you're describing me here. What the fuck?
She was still quite young when she first joined my class as a student. Beautiful and radiant with her golden hair, yet quiet and single-minded. She seemed like a lass from some aristocratic house who was seeing the outside world for the first time.
Oh, like Garasha from Samurai Warriors, that's the kind of air she had? Interesting.
She had to make a lot of drastic changes in her life to raise you on her own. Even during her time in the academia, she was a thorough perfectionist. If she was unsatisfied with something she had made, she'd insist on redoing it, even if I was perfectly happy with it. She had many admirers, and they'd always fill up the first few rows of seats, hoping they could get closer to her sitting in the first row. If it were any of my other classes, you'd have found nobody sitting in the front. But every time I saw her, she was always in that same rigid pose. She'd have one hand on her forehead with the other clutching her pencil. Her eyebrows would be knitted in a frown as she concentrated on the blueprint in front of her.
I'm sure she had many difficult moments in her life. How did she cope with the stress?
I'm not too sure. She never talked about such things with me. She rarely opened up to other people, you know. I do remember one time, though, when she got into a heated argument with a friend. She said something I found very memorable. She said, "True art cannot be understood, but as an artist, I wish some people could understand its meaning and value." If you ask me, that's probably the greatest source of pain for geniuses of their craft. It's extremely hard for them to find someone who can truly understand their ideas.
So that's how it is. I wonder if the password could be...
Understanding? Acknowledgement. Acknowledgement.
I tried both just now. Seems those aren't it either.
Look at that fucking dog having the time of its life in the background, my god.
What are you trying to do?
My mother left her notebook to me.
Diary.
It has a password, and I haven't figured out what it is yet. I'm trying to learn more about her so I'd have a better chance at cracking the code. Thank you for all that you told us.
It's the least I can do. Talking to youngsters like yourself makes me feel younger too. Honestly, looking at you now, I can see how much you resemble her. It's almost as if she's standing right in front of me again. Your personalities are quite alike, too. You're both stubborn and both a little awkward. Of course, I'm sure the similarities are mostly superficial. But so long as you continue to harbor those traits, you'll find a lot of difficulties in your work. I've taught a lot of students over my career, and in my experience, very few genius architects of Kasharwar ever found happiness for themselves. They would know exactly what they want to express and fight for it tooth and nail, which inevitably led to arguments with their clients. Some clients would choose to respect the architect's vision or just let the argument go because of the architect's reputation, but those are the rare ones. When Farnak first graduated, she was getting into arguments with her clients nearly every single day. I think it only got a little better when she met your father.
I see. But could he understand the designs my mother made?
No, I think they were probably beyond him, too. But despite that, he still stayed next to her, listening to her joys and sharing in her sorrows. Farnak had many admirers, but she ended up choosing your father. His support probably played a part in that decision.
So instead of understanding, perhaps all we need is just companionship.
Maybe that's what she was trying to tell you.
It worked!
Oh, was that the right password?
Yes!
Then you should be on your way, child. Find a quiet place and see what she wanted to say to you. Being the awkward person that she is, I suppose there were many things that Farnak could never say out loud. Instead, she probably left them in her diary, hoping that they would make their way to you one day. If you're ever in a mood to chat again, just come and find me here. You're always welcome to discuss architecture topics with me as well.
Thank you so much, Professor.
There's no need to be so formal. I'll let you kids go. It's time for me to take another stroll around the vegetable garden.
I wonder what my mother could have written about.
Kaveh starts flipping through the diary, revealing lines
They
upon it.
all
Okay,
say
yeah.
Zahadid's class is the toughest, but I think it's actually not too bad. On the other hand, though, structural mechanics is definitely a pain, no matter how you try to approach it. I doubled down and managed to get through it in the end. I met someone special. At first, I didn't think much of him. But now, I feel very happy whenever I get to spend time with him. We decided to name our son Kaveh. I don't think a younger me would have ever imagined forming such an intimate bond with another person. Back then, I lived only in the shadow of myself, as well as that of the dream in my heart. The bad news came. And even though it's been several days now, I still can't bring myself to come to terms with what happened. My eyes are so swollen it's hard to see. What if they're all lying to me? And this is just a long, cruel dream. But I have to face reality. I still have someone to take care of. No matter what happens, I'll do my best to raise my son on my own.
Huh? Is this a drawing? Seems like it was done by my mother. This blonde man was probably my father, but who are the other people in the picture? Huh? Why do a few of them look somewhat familiar?
Yeah, they do seem familiar.
From the dates in the notebook, she probably drew this more than 30 years ago. I hadn't even been born yet.
If it's more than 30, then I wasn't born either, because I'm barely 30, so...
Maybe we were thinking too much. Oh! There are a few lines written in the diary about this as well.
He finally said diary instead of notebook. Jesus.
The one who invited us to the gathering is a talkative woman. Including us, 3 couples showed up. There was also a person who came alone. The talkative woman introduced everyone to each other. She spoke really quickly, so I couldn't quite catch everything she said. But I also didn't feel like asking her to repeat herself. My husband seems to be friends with the man with long ears. I couldn't really join their conversation, so I resigned myself to sitting in a corner and drawing in my notebook. I don't think I'd be able to become friends with any of these people, especially that stiff-looking couple. That man is certainly very handsome, but he would constantly alternate between disjointed and serious ways of talking. His wife is a bit more bearable. We were not acquainted with each other to begin with, and I doubt we'll see each other again after this gathering. The ambiance of this gathering is surprisingly pleasant, however. Talking to people can allow us to find some peace after a long day. Maybe my son will also partake in these gatherings in the future. I hope he'll be able to make many friends.
Who would have thought my mother used to attend that kind of thing? It seems she was only good at talking about her own work, and found it difficult to join into other conversations. As a result, she often kept to herself and would be off to the side, drawing. There's more written on the back. Oh, it seems like it was written to me.
Kaveh. I was both overjoyed and distressed when I learned of your decision to continue your studies in Kasharawar. You are very talented, and I am confident that you will become an architect of much acclaim. However, the more talented you are as an artist, the more misery and anguish you may encounter. No one will be able to help you during your journey as an artist. But outside of your life as a creator, you can learn to form connections with other people and enjoy many other things in life. It's the only way to alleviate your suffering. Whenever you feel down, seek out a friend to sit and have a chat. You can accumulate joy and fulfillment by spending time with them. The positive feelings you gain will get you through the long and difficult years. Never forget that companionship is the most important thing of all.
So that's the answer she prepared for me. She really thought long and hard about me and my future. Well, now that I've read her words, do you think I should accept Tainari's invite and attend that dinner at Pardis Di?
Wait, you were actually considering not going?
The thought definitely crossed my mind. Although it'd be nice to get together with friends and chat the night away, I don't want to bring down other people's moods because I'm sad.
Oh?
Besides, don't most people hate the feeling of seeing their friends troubled and being unable to help?
Yes.
And what's worse, nearly all of my problems can't be easily resolved with some encouraging words or gesture. And don't forget, I'm also older than all of them. As their senior, I should appear to be a bit more responsible.
But Tanari sat right through you.